Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Living Fossils, and in this episode we will be doing quite a bunch of stuff. I have been working in between episodes, working a bit off camera, and I changed up the fence a little bit, added a little lip or like a edge to the top of the fence, and look at our dinosaur. It's like, I believe it's 5 or 6 years old and it's all grown up now. Not fully, it's not an adult. It's still a teen, but look, it's brown and all. It's like so much bigger. But, like I said, I've been working in between episodes. And I really hate this rain. I hope it's gonna stop raining. I have been working in between episodes. And I have been gathering some materials for today's build. And what we'll be doing in today's episode, at least at the beginning of it, we will be decorating. We will be decorating our stegosaurus enclosure, finishing it up 100%. And there's a spider in stegosaurus cave. But, oh, I am so glad to be back. Anyways, without any further ado, why don't we start the episode with a little time lapse? Alright, and our enclosure is basically done. I hope you enjoyed the time-lapse and the small little showcase of the time-lapse with the shaders on. I really liked how that turned out. Do let me know in the comments if you liked it. I for sure will be doing it more often. I for sure liked it. But yeah, our beautiful stegosaurus here is 17 years old. He's getting old. This old man. But since the enclosure is done, I thought we would change a couple of stuff on camera with y'all. The first thing I do want to change are these rocks, because I do like how the diorite looks like, but for my eye it's a bit too bright. So we will change up the rocks for like tough rocks, more like the squarish side, just like that. I do love how that looks like. So we'll just go and change up the rocks from diorite to tough. Alright, there we go. So now we have the rocks, so I guess the boulders we can call it, and we have some boulders up in here. Now another thing I did want to change are the cliff faces, or like the mountain in the background, because I thought of something pretty cool that we could do on here. So what I thought of doing, let's see, we are missing a couple materials for this though. Alright, so the thing that I needed was light gray wool. Why? I will show you just now when we're gonna build up the mountain face, so the cliff face. So what my thought was to have some sort of like layered mountain. But what we'll do first is we'll quickly add up some stones here. Was basically something like this. So we would have a line of light gray wool on this level. So now we've got the line of light gray wool, and what I'll do also add a little down here, just like that. And now we'll also add some andesite, a line of andesite. Alright, so it should look like this, and I really love how this looks. It kind of makes an illusion, kind of. At the same time, it's not an illusion. It's kind of meant to be, like, for example, the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon, you can see the different colors on, like, the different canyons and, like, the mountains. That is because it is obviously different materials, different layers of different materials, minerals, and you can also see where the flood, or like the water levels, where they've been throughout the years. So this kind of gives that effect, and I really do love how that looks like from far away. It just gives that look of like it's basically like a striped zebra on the mountain. And another thing I wanted to add to here was let's see, some bigger rocks kind of by the mountain to give some more color at the back of the mountain. Something like that. And with that, the enclosure should be 100% done now. Yeah, awesome. I love it. And also, I do have to give credits. The small drip leaves. I got this idea from Keralis, from his latest episode on Hermitcraft, because he was doing some terraforming. And I really liked how he did a river in his base on the current season of Hermitcraft. So I really had to do it myself. I really enjoyed it. So thanks, Keralis. Now that the enclosure is done, we have a couple of stuff planned for today's episode. And I also add a little stegosaurus dinosaur, or skeleton, because how would people know what enclosure they're walking to? So let me drop everything off that we have in my inventory, and we will take a trip. We'll take a trip to the Nether, actually. Oh wow, good timing. We got everything we need for the Nether, and we're just going to the Nether when it's starting to rain. Perfect. Okay, what we're doing in the Nether is, when I was gathering materials and doing some stuff in between episodes, I managed to actually find a piglin bastion. So I thought, hey Claude, let's save the coordinates for the bastion and let's do it on video, as in let's do it on an episode. I think that would be pretty cool and fun. So we just have to go and find the bastion. Oh, and would you look at that? We have found the bastion. Now, where do we enter it from? Now, bastions are pretty scary because the piglin brutes are so powerful. Okay, pretty boring loot. But we take it though, we take it. I just hope we can find some netherite stuff. Maybe even a music disc, because I'm not gonna lie, I am a sucker for the music disc you can find in the piglin bastions. Okay, surely there's gotta be more chests here. I will not lie, I was really hoping there would be more chests. But it doesn't look like it, so we're just gonna take their gold. We might actually have to find a different bastion. I really thought this bastion would be bigger. But it honestly doesn't look like there's gonna be much loot in here. Okay. We have found another bastion, I believe. It's quite far away, because our portal is somewhere right there, I believe. That's our portal. And we are all the way down there. We got the bastion now. This bastion looks slightly bigger. Let's hope it has more chests and some better loot. Oh, we got the music disc. Awesome. Big step. I really like this music disc. What do we have here? Okay, not bad. Not bad. Could have been better, in my opinion, but it's not bad. What is that? Okay, so there is a ship in the Nether. We're gonna break off from the piglin bastion and check out what this ship is. I've never seen this. This is probably from the Fossils and Archaeology mod. I didn't know they had stuff like this though. What is that? Okay, I am kind of scared. What is this thing? Okay, there is some loot in here. That's cool. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. That's pretty cool. We got some loot though. That is awesome. Now let's get back to the piglin bastion and let's get the rest of the chests. Alright, so I do see there's another piglin bastion. So I think I'm gonna get there off camera. And after that piglin bastion up there, we will try heading back home. So yeah, I'll see you guys pretty soon. Alright, so we got to the bastion. And this will be our final bastion and the third bastion. And you know what people say. Third time's the charm. So I hope we can at least get a... Well, we got the pig step. We got the music disc we wanted. So I really hope we can at least get a netherite upgrade template. So let's see, where do we go from? Let's try and find the entrance to this bastion. And I believe we just found it. Okay, so we are in the heart of the bastion. Now let's just take a trip around and let's see if there's any chests on this floor. Okay, there are quite a few chests on this floor. There's another one all the way over there. So I think what we'll do, we just walk from here. Okay, so I don't think there's any more chests on the floors, at least, maybe, but I really want to get to this loot down here. Okay, wow. I fell in lava. That was way too close to die. Okay, let's just get this chest quickly. And let's get out of here. And that's what I'm talking about. We got 2 netherite ingots. And we got a netherite upgrade. Oh, that is literally what I was looking for. That's perfect. And it's actually our first diamond armor. Wow. That feels good. And our backpack was absolutely packed with stuff. We're gonna have to throw some stuff out. Oof, okay. We managed to get out. What I do now, I will stop the recording here and then start the recording again once we're back in the overworld at our base. But I would say I'm happy with this Piglin Bastion trip. I really like how this turned out. We got 2 netherite ingots, which we will wait for a bit until we use them. I do need to get rid of some stuff. We have way too much. But I figured that out off camera. So I see you guys, well, with editing magic, I see you guys literally in a second. Oh, thank God. Home sweet home. Alright, so now that we are in our house, in our base, the rest, what I've planned, we will be building something. And as you can see, we removed our wheat farm and our little sugar farm that we had. That is because the building we'll be building is something related to do with farming. I do not think we have anything else to do, so what I do is we'll just start a time lapse of us clearing out this area down here. We'll be building the thing right in this little cavern, hole, whatever this is. But yeah, I think one way we can start this is get our pick step, get our music disc, and right now we start the time lapse with some good old pick step. Alright, so the terraforming we can say is basically done. We flattened out the area and we made the cliffs. We are missing a couple stuff, like the layered look, like we did on the enclosure. Where's our stegosaurus, by the way? Oh, he's in the cave, he's in the stegosaurus cave. Anyways, getting distracted. We will make the same layered look like we did in the enclosure with the wool, andesite, and gravel. So that's gonna be done on this one. And we also will add those boulders like we added here out of tuff to add in some texture and some like color into the mountain itself. But before we can do all of that, we obviously need to go and farm some materials. I will do that off camera, obviously. But once we're back, we're just gonna head straight into the time lapse. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next time lapse. Wow. Just look at our base. I love how this area turned out in my base. We basically made a seed bank. Now, a seed bank is basically, I believe it's a place in Norway, northern Norway. It's basically a bank somewhere in the Arctic Circle, like a bunker. It's basically where seeds are stored for like an apocalypse or something, or a world war or something like that. So my idea with this seed bank was to basically get rid of the farms we had outside and move them all underground to act as like a bunker, because we are kind of resurrecting the dinosaurs and we're bringing back the Jurassic era. So yeah, I really love how this turned out. And we also connected the path. We made 2 custom trees this time. Some details, decorations, the cliff and all. Wow. I really do love it. And yeah, I wanted to show you guys this with shaders because I just love playing with shaders. But yeah, we can honestly just turn them off. Oof, so dull. But I do like the vanilla look at it as well. What we'll do next, we will not be doing a time lapse, but we will be doing the interior of the seed bank. So I will most probably figure out what we'll do for the seed bank interior, and then I'll see you guys pretty soon. Alright, so we made it to the base, but we are missing a few stuff. So let me quickly go grab them. I really love how our base is turning out. Like, it looks so good. But yeah, alright. What I thought for this is we would start with a staircase. And what level are we on? We are on level 73. I thought we can drop this all the way down to level 60, around 60. So let us do that first. There we go. There we should have level 60. Yes, we do. Now we're just gonna build up the stairs and fix up the roof with some stone stairs. Just like that. So we have a 4 block tall roof or ceiling, so we won't be bumping our head when we go up and down. Awesome, just like that. Now what we can do, we can get the redstone lamps that we got, and we can find light level 0. That would be this one right here. So we're gonna break this block, add a redstone lamp, and some sort of like a light source. So we just have a light source up there. Just like that. Then we find next level 0. That should be all the way down here. This block. Just like that. Awesome. So now we are all the way down at level 0. What we basically have to do, we need to figure out some sort of a room setup we can do here. So let me quickly go into the copy of this word and plan something out quickly, just so we can figure something out. All right, so we figure out what we'll do. So we will have an entrance. And we'll create a room. That's 17 times 11, so it's going to be a square. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like that. And then we do 1, 2, 11. And then we do 11 on the other side. Okay, we gotta go and fix our pickaxe, but we ran into a little problem. Yeah, we have a little leak in our basement, but that's easy to fix. We'll just fill up the hole with some dirt, drain out the water, and then everything will be fine. Awesome. Our pickaxe is fixed. So, let's first drain out this hole. Okay, this should be good enough. So let's clear out the rest of our basement and then we'll see what we can do with it. And here are the last blocks. Perfect. Now what we'll do. And we will also be changing the floor to the polished andesite. But we kind of ran out of andesite, so we will have to go and farm some more. Alright, so I believe I've got everything that I need for the basement. So the first thing we're gonna actually do is fill up these water buckets with some water. Just like that. And then we'll fix in the floor. Alright, so we fixed up the floor, we got the walls in, and we got the lanterns in. So now what we can do, we can start adding the farms in here. This will be a temporary setup for a couple of episodes, and then we will be automating every single farm in here at one point in this series, inside the seed bank. But I think we can start. Let's do an infinite water pond first. Water source, there we go. And then we can start with the wheat farm. So I thought we could do something like this. And this should fit in perfectly a stack of seeds. Actually a little less than a stack, but that's fine. The next farm we'll do is gonna be the cocoa beans farm. Just in here. The next farm we'll do is gonna be a pumpkin farm. So awesome, pumpkin and melon farm, just like that. And then in here we will actually do a sugarcane farm, but first, so the idea behind this was water there, and we should be able to put sugarcane all around just like that. And that should be pretty much our little seed bank. Now, obviously, all of this is going to be growing, and I think we'll be storing all our food and like farm stuff in our little seed bank. I really love how this entrance turned out. Like the trees, the foliage, and the flowers outside. It just feels so alive. And on the inside, it's kind of like mysterious in a way. That like we've got our seed bank, like our own little secret bunker. So yeah, I really love how it turned out, and the video is getting into an end. And with the end of the video, as you noticed, I changed up my skin. And as you probably saw, my YouTube channel banner and logo also changed. I thought I would rebrand it a little bit because we've been using the old skin for quite some time now. But without any further to do, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed, smash that like button and please do subscribe. It does help. And still, if you have any name suggestions for our stegosaurus, where did he go? Right there. If you have name suggestions for this beauty, please do put them down in the comment section. And we also have a dog and a horse to name. So if you have any cool name suggestions for these guys, do let me know in the comments down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching today's episode, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.